So, yesterday I started streaming and then about 15 minutes in my video card crashed. So, this time around, I I was determined to do some stress testing before I went to a sim, so I've just been like jumping to different random sims, and this is one of the ones that I ended up on, and I thought I'd just start here with the video because it's a pretty cool sim. I mean, although I have to sort of like full disclosure here, it's not really very fantastical aside from perhaps this unicorn and the quality of the assets. There's some really cool stuff I'll show you in a minute. I've just been like trying to find the most like resource intensive stuff that I could here to stress test my system. So yeah, landscaping on this sim is really cool. There's a Wile E. Coyote tunnel that you can't go through. Someone put a lot of effort into the landscaping. Looks like I gotta get my video card stats up here to make sure that I'm not going overboard on the GPU stats. But yeah, look at the landscaping work. I think it's pretty fantastical. Hi there, Iscarletti, I guess? Iscarletti? My latest friend in Second Life who apparently wants some of my Mad Lindens. Who knows? Maybe I will give you some Lindens at some point, but you know, I have to ask myself, like, what's in it for me, you know? Because I earned those Lindens fair and square with my hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of busting my ass 3D modeling in SketchUp and Blender and texturing in Photoshop. We're talking about years of work to make that million Lindens. Pretty proud of that, being a Second Life millionaire. Wow, there's some beautiful assets on this sim. So, oh god, Apple Fall. Oh my god, seriously. Ugh. Now I just ruined my whole day. Just kidding. You know I love Apple Fall. Lots of little cozy spots. But yeah, like I was saying, this sim is just aside from having a lot of aesthetically pleasing, high quality assets, there's nothing remarkable about it. It's just completely ordinary terrestrial kind of environment, which I kind of said I wasn't going to do anymore, but I think this is a pretty good like stress test for my video card, because I went in and I changed a whole bunch of settings. I don't even want to click on this stuff because I'd almost bet my right arm that it's Apple Fall, but I don't want to verify. So yeah, here, this is kind of cool. I noticed this earlier when I was checking this out. Like, it looks great, right? This let's see, what is this? Covered footbridge, right? And it's like a kit, a modular kit with parts that you can join together. But like, look at this. The parts aren't really touching. There's like a big gap, and then like you look down here and like the support is not even touching. So like it's little details like that that I feel like if you're really gonna go all the way and make a really realistic environment, which this is pretty good. This is like by no means crappy. This is like a really nice build, especially with the landscaping. I love this arbor of trees here. This is really cool. And see, like someone would have to buy like a tree pack, you know, a kit full of trees, and lay all this stuff out themselves. It just shows like a real like level of craftsmanship and vision, kind of. Even though it's a totally normal thing, like you could see in real life, it's still pretty cool, I think. So anyway, yeah, this road just kind of winds up to a house. Um, Somebody's like luxurious mansion, which the only reason I'm making this video is because of this particular sim, which is not in any way fantastical. Sorry about that. Is because when I went up there and I started looking around inside the house, I was just kind of like amazed. Like it's pretty packed with photorealistic assets. I mean, look at the details here, like in this grate, drainage grate. Like, I don't know how much of this is prefab and how much of it is the person actually like. Well, it's probably almost all prefab. Like, I think this is kind of funny. They must have been like trying to put their television somewhere and accidentally lodged it into the driveway or whatever. Or that's some kind of reser box, never mind. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. Look at these details, like a little brick fairy ring around the trees. But yeah, this might be... Wow, loud sound effects. This might be one of the most excessively, thoroughly decorated houses I've ever seen in Second Life. Like, it literally looks more or less realistic, like someone actually lives in this house. Like, there's that much stuff in here. So I thought it would make a cool video. And if we're really lucky, my video card won't shit the bed and um, and cut the video off halfway through. So like this is pretty cool. Look at all these books. Like you can read the spines, like high quality assets. Although I've seen this on another shelf, so it's not really like. But like all the details, like someone bothered to like res some uh, reading glasses. I almost feel like whoever owns this sim is like an interior decorator or something, because it's just so well done and so like everything's tied together. Although that would be pretty easy if everything was like Apple Fall, for example, in which case like you can't really go wrong. You just take a whole bunch of their stuff and like pile it together on a sim and like voila, you have like this perfect postmodern hipster, you know, living environment. But anyway, I'm thinking a lot of these props are probably to have been collected over time and like just all put together and just really well coordinated and arranged. Like look at this. I mean, look at this. You got like the foyer, the little like office check-in spot. Then you got more bookshelves. You got like the kiddie table over here. Apparently the people who own this house are so smart that even their kids play poker with real chips. And these like little Japanese gardens. Okay, fine. I can't help it. I'm gonna have to like periodically check some of these and just hope they're not all Apple Fall. Ah, okay, so Will Corrigan. So there you go, like some assets that are not Apple Fall. That's cool. I really like these planters. It's Apple Fall, god damn it. It's probably gonna be like every other thing I click on is going to be Apple Fall, but still, I mean, pool table, little like snack dispenser. Here's the big screen television. I wonder if that's, oh yeah, it's just a generic YouTube portal. I thought it might be like signed into their personal YouTube or something, but I don't think that, of course that's not possible. What am I thinking? Ugh. So yeah, one of the things I noticed right away that I absolutely love about this sim is it's just chock full of botanicals. Like, it's mind-blowing. There's so many plants. Cane Maven, so another asset from a completely different creator. These are beautiful, beautiful plants. Like, all the plants that I've seen so far on the sim are just like really high quality, beautiful. I was thinking also as I was walking around just how cool it is that like, if you think about it just from an energy standpoint or whatever, like this giant totally awesome mansion, right? This is like, this is beyond a dream house for a lot of people. Like people their whole lives obsess over the idea of owning a house like this. Oh, this is a fascinating bookshelf. It seems like it would be really hard on the spines. Not sure I'm really in love with that concept. If those were really thin blades, then they could theoretically cut the books in half. But if they were thick like this, it looks like they're probably about 4 or 5 millimeters thick. Then they're gonna be like deforming the spines, maybe. I don't know. Depends on how heavy the books are. But we don't need to look at this to know who made this cheese plate. Like, holy crap. Would you just look at the detail? Is this like photogrammy or something? I'm just like, it almost looks more real than reality. Like, honestly, I'm looking at this and it's just, those are mint leaves and rosemary. Like, oh my god. Look at those chives and the like sour cream or whatever that is. Oh, wow. I'm just like blown away by some of these assets, and I don't think I need to look to know who made those. Yeah, but look at all the plants. I really like this one. It's like a host inside a like a deformed bag full of soil, and they even got the little desiccated bulb cotyledons and stuff. All right, too. This is an interesting asset. I don't know who made this. Caden Trill. This is kind of cool. It's funny, it doesn't really look too good from a distance or up close. But it's a really cool concept. But yeah, I was thinking, this is one of my favorite plants, just how like this incredible house with all these assets that would probably be like multiple millions of dollars in real life. I mean, I don't know, like $10 million, I don't know, a lot of money for a house like this with all the stuff inside too. This must be the people who live here. And yet it just takes up like this tiny little space on a server. It's totally virtual. This was the first thing I saw when I came into this house, because I came in through the front door, and I was just like amazed at like just the conceptual and the execution of this. Like, it's really cool. Like, here's just a handbag with the champagne and roses. And then like this really blew my mind. Like, I was focusing in on this. This will like just rupture your brain. You're gonna have an aneurysm when you look at the details on these Like, first of all, look at the topology on these paper cups. It's just mind blowing. Like the embossing. Like, once again, this is an asset that looks more real in Second Life than it would in real life, I think, almost. But yeah, I was just blown away. And then like the texture on this like um, cup carrier thing is just incredible. The Hive, I don't know much about them, but man, they have some talented artists. I'll say that much. And then this, I thought this was so unique and weird. Like, uh, I'm not a fan of consumerism, but in Second Life, where it's like not real and these are just virtual objects, it's kind of cool. So like, they just have like this little stack of packages that they got in the mail, you know, from all these different big companies and stuff. Just like it's part of their accoutrements or whatever. Like, it makes you happy when you see like, oh, I got a bunch of stuff in the mail, you know, like I'm buying all this stuff. And like, I haven't even opened these packages yet. Who knows what could be in there? Some really great stuff. Just noticed this little dog thing running around, so thought I'd take a look at it. Seems to kind of like go wherever it wants. But yeah, this is a super cozy, comfortable looking environment. And I've seen a lot of those in Second Life. A lot of people try really hard, but they rarely come close to creating this level of like coherence. Like, this is some next level just yeah, next level. Holy crap, look at this. These blackberries have like hairs on them. Like, this is like real life. You pick a blackberry, and you look really close. It has these little hairs that come out between the little fruit spheres, and that is like just an insane level of detail. Like, only in Second Life. You would never see that in any other game, no matter like how much money and effort the developers put into it. Never would you ever see that level of detail. Look at these glasses. This is incredible. These are all like baked really well, but I mean, look at the fidelity and the texturing. Jake Fordoon. Those are just incredible. This little like stainless steel flask down here. But yeah, I love the idea of a house that in real life might cost millions and millions of dollars, but in Second Life, you know, you just pay like, I don't know, there's probably a few $100s, maybe even $1,000 actual dollars worth of merchandise and stuff in here. I don't know, maybe more. I don't know. I don't buy it. I've never tried to decorate a house with stuff that I bought on the marketplace, but I mean, and you know, this is something else that I noticed that I just think is so cool. Like, when you buy stuff and you're decorating a house, God, look at that. Every bubble in that champagne is articulated. That is just nuts. I can't even like wrap my head around that. I lost the plot there. What was I even thinking? I'm just totally overwhelmed by the level of complexity and... Oh, right. I was thinking, like, when you buy assets and you're, like, placing them in your house and making a scene, uh, you are not... Well, you're only limited by the land impact and the capacity of your property, right? Your, like, sim or part of a sim that you're leasing. So like, you could theoretically just completely pack a building or the area where you're working with items. Oh, these artichokes are cool. Like, there's no like decor police who are gonna come in and be like, Like, sorry, you can't put 100 candles in this room. You can only put 99, or there's too many runners on your banquet table. Like, it's all up to you. You're the one who decides how you want to decorate your space. Trying to get this to res. Oh, those are nice. So the fact that, like, when you go into a house like this and you see like how well everything is put together, and that it's not like overpacked, but it's not underpacked either, because a lot of times you'll go into a house and you'll see just like every room there's just like one or two little things. It's not like this where it's like just the right amount of stuff. Like, if you were living here in real life, this is about the density of objects you'd probably want in your space. Any more and it would be too much, and any less and it would look just kind of weird and empty. It looks pretty good. I don't even know what it is, but it looks delicious. I mean, I will say this though. This whole thing right here, I'm almost certain it's an Apple Fall prop of some kind. When you buy it on the marketplace, it's already like this. Like, it's everything you see in this prop is already there, and you paid for it all. Like, it's one package. Oh my god, look at this basket. If I made something like this, you know how long it would take me to make all this stuff? This would be like a solid month of working. 8-hour days. Probably more like 12-hour days. Like 12-hour days. And it wouldn't look this good because like all the baking and the textures and the shaders and all that stuff that they've built up over time. A lot of this is photogrammy too. Like, obviously, it's like a 3D scanned object. Like, there's no way you can have that level of realistic details in a bake without having it be photogramming. Oh, it's not Apple Fall, it's Valiant Co. Crazy. That's cool. So yeah, like, the point I was getting at is you buy all of these items together, so it's already a coherent set. It's a cool espresso machine. So in that case, it's not like the person who's buying the stuff is actually doing the arrangement. And some artist who's obviously super freaking talented has already done all the like mental processing and stuff. This is so cool. It's like a lemon tree branch in a vase. This is incredible. This is just... Oh, look at this. The peel. The peel. Oh my god. Seriously? Wow. Strawberries. I gotta look at these. Taking them a while to res. Those, what are those? Are those also strawberries or plums or? Oh yeah. Huh. Those are slightly less high quality than the other things, but still good enough, especially from a distance. Let's see if any of these things open. Yeah, of course they do. Ah, the fridge is empty. Hilarious. Like all the... Oh my god, even the drawers come out. Seriously. Wow. That is like mind-blowing. Wow, every drawer? Seriously? Oh my god, the freezer comes out too? Oh my god. Wow. That's impressive. I'm thinking like every single asset in here is like... I'll bet the cabinet's open too. Oh wow. Holy crap. Oh wait, this is a lazy Susan, right? Oh, the inner parts don't turn around. That it's still incredible. And this must have been a really expensive kitchen. My avatar's like humping the counter. Like, what the hell, Neo Toy Story? Oh my god, the faucets work. That's pretty awesome. And the water just keeps pouring until you turn it off. Notice how the handle doesn't move, but the water flows. That's pretty cool. I'm like clicking on everything now, trying to see if something's gonna happen. I don't know what's active and what's scripted and what isn't. But yeah, like just the level of the attention to detail and like the care that whoever made this put into the arrangement, it really shows like that they love this space. So here we have a bedroom. I really like this one. I've already been in here earlier, and I was so impressed with how many plants there are. It's very inviting. It makes me feel like I would totally want to spend time in this bedroom. I would check out these extremely fluffy, like shag carpet stools. Those are pretty cool. Little like rocking love seats in front of the fireplace. Alright, now we're getting into new territory. I don't think I've actually been in here. For some reason my avatar doesn't want to go through the door. There we go. So, I mean, I'm sure this, to some extent, this house was a prefab, but like the level of decoration in here, obviously a lot more than you would get with just a standard prefab, so it's pretty incredible. Really, I like the layout of this bathroom. That's interesting, like the shower's in the middle, and this little like shower island. Just taking a shower. Don't mind. Just left their shower on. Like the next time they come into their house, their water bill is gonna be like $1 million. So it's a non-active. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so this is like the walk-in closet, only it's an actual like room instead of a closet. I've heard that like really rich people have these in their houses. That's a cool like palm tree. God, everything about this. I love the speckled flower pot, the corn, the fronds. It's just like really cool. Really well done too. Noel Bunny, cool. Damn, that shower, I really wish I'd turned it off. It's making a lot of noise. It's kind of distracting. So yeah, there's like a... I wonder if these are actual outfits or if they're just props. But I'm really gonna have to look up this Valiant & Co. Their assets are just like incredible. Giving Apple Fall a run for their money. There's like the makeup station. I think my avatar could use a touch-up. Gonna paint his nails and give it a mani-pedi, you know. Oh, it's like a smart mirror. That's cool. At least a fake smart mirror. Yeah, once again, like plants all over the place. It's just fantastic. Huh. That's funny. I saw an elephant on that other sim that I was on. It's a different model. This is a more like caricature kind of an elephant rather than a photorealistic, but it's cool. as decor. A hookah. And like 200 pairs of shoes. Although actually there's a lot of duplicates in there. It looks like they just copied the same pair in each side over and over again. Chandeliers are pretty cool. Little flower and leaf arrangement. Oh, and of course all the money for shopping, you know. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. It's US dollars, so, you know, it's worthless in Second Life. You know, you gotta have a TV in your giant walk-in closet so that you can watch shows while you are trying on shoes. I think that was the whole house. It's surprisingly, like, I don't know. I feel like there should be more to it. No, there's just two rooms on each side, and then a really large living room in the middle. And you got your dining room and your like office kind of room, entertainment bar. So it's actually a pretty simple layout, fairly elegant in terms of architecture. So yeah, this was half the sim. I haven't even been over to the other side yet. I'm just glad that my video card hasn't crashed yet. So now I think it's time to visit the other side of the sim and see what's over there, if I can. Looks like it's limited to group members, so probably one person owns the sim, but they're running like a business on one side. Oh, this is cool. I didn't even notice this. There's like a river that winds along by the base of the dividing wall. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at the realism on those rocks. That's like an animation with an animated normal map, and specular map. That's a very realistic, I mean it's grainy, right? But it's still like super realistic for Second Life at least. Yeah, that looks, wow, look at that. There's even like the turbulence there on those rocks. That's pretty cool. From like a height, it really just, it looks almost real. It's only when you get really close and you see the pixelation, or you get off of the specular highlights. That's one of the most realistic rivers I think I've seen in Second Life. So that's pretty cool. It just kind of winds from side to side. So yeah, I can't actually go over to this other side, but before I even try, I wanted to see if I could find the actual land, which is way down here, and just see if I could get some data. So it's an estate, full region, House of Lennox, which is a group, interestingly enough. So the other side of the sim is, it's bizarre. Like if you look at it, it's like a totally different scenario, right? It's sort of like Jekyll and Hyde. Like everything's coherent and orderly and high preference on that side, and then on this side come over and it's like a pretty standard Second Life. Kind of messy and cheap assets. So would kind of suggest that whoever built the house on the other side, completely different person. That squirrel. Oh, I see. He's got his little feeder that he... Oh, wow. That's pretty sophisticated. God, someone had to animate that all with like 1 million objects. Look at that. It's got every single frame of that animation as an individual object, and it's just making one transparent after the other. That is crazy. Man, that's a lot of work. Just think, now with like rigging and stuff, you don't need to do stuff like this anymore in Second Life. You can actually rig it like in real life. Well, not like real life, but like in a real animation. That's just crazy impressive that someone took the time to script that. It was extra cool too because the squirrel was like on the ground at first, so it actually like climbs the pole and starts swinging. So we got some kind of like playground over here, because you know, like you gotta have give the kids something to do while you're like gambling their college fund away over on the gaming tables. So we got a beehive here, pretty poorly fabricated and rendered, but it's got little bees coming out of it, so that's cool. Some bears just chilling by the hive. Rabbits, and then the obligatory cemetery over here. Pretty cool. It probably ranks about 150th on my list of Second Life cemeteries that I've seen within the last year. A mausoleum here. So Nosferatu probably lives in this coffin. Oh wow, it opens up, cool. It's empty. That's a pretty cool prop, to be honest. I just love it when people take the time to like fully animate stuff. It's a lot harder than you would think because of the way Second Life kind of does things. With linking and stuff, it can be a real pain in the ass to create that kind of animation. So it's always really impressive whenever you see something like that. So we got like a lighthouse, but it's like the classic Greek style with the actual fire and a column tower. Not really a very efficient method. That one almost looks homemade. We got pillows and a bubble over here. It was worth a try. Yeah, like look at the difference in the quality. This is almost like Minecraft versus Far Cry or something, you know? The level of sophistication. This is like what Second Life looked like, you know, 10 years ago. Just gonna see if this will res. I mean, like, just compare the quality of like this plant, which is bright. Well, like, look at how unrealistic this is compared to those other plants on the other side. It's like on an entirely different level. You really can't compare the two. Like these windows, these like sprite handles and stuff, and on the other side it's like everything is articulated, every single handle, and this kitchen, look at this. I wonder if the cabinets work. Gave me a pose option when I clicked on the cabinet, so that would like animate my avatar. Yeah, it's really unfair to compare like paradigms of assets in Second Life, because like when this stuff was built, all people had to work with was sculpts and prims, which are like super low tech. And now with mesh and animations and all the sophisticated stuff, it's a lot more it's a lot easier to make these high quality assets. So although this is a very inconsistent level of quality in here, like some of the assets are new, they're mesh, they're pretty high quality, and then a lot of them are like really old school. Yeah, tip jar in the baby's room. No, I like this giraffe. We're here, look at this like high quality giraffe. Beautiful. Wow, it's even got genitals. It's an impressive level of detail. I can tell you, if you're looking to see if an animal asset is high quality, look at the hooves. Like this, if it's a horse or a hoofed animal, look at the hooves will tell you if it's a high quality asset or not. Thought that wardrobe might open, but nope. So the doors just snap open and there's no sound, which is kind of what you expect from this older style technology. I like this little like bamboo garden and stuff. So the assets are low quality, but the composition is still pretty good. These are still like environments that you probably wouldn't mind inhabiting. I don't think I would, at least. Weird light fixture. Really doesn't fit in with the rest of the decor, but it's pretty cool. So just kind of working my way along the Sims, checking out these individual little areas. Sorry if this isn't nearly as exciting as the other half of the Sim. Yeah, this is a neat little asset. Wow. Really like this. Little lamppost and like a little fairy castle type thing. Let's see who made this. Hello. Jane Silverweb. Pretty cool. Just like a little tiny unicorn. That's neat. Herd of deer. Whenever you see a forest in Second Life and it's all like full bright like this, and like oversaturated, the colors are too bright, like that's a dead giveaway that it's like an older technology. Usually just a bunch of sprites that are full brighted grouped together. Huh, that's funny. There was a barn on the other half of the Sim, but it was like a high quality barn, and this is like a prim barn. Looks like someone threw it together in about 15 minutes. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much... Oh, there's this like treehouse thing in the middle, bungalow type thing. Aside from this, I think I've seen everything on the Sim. So these pink and blue balls are like pose balls. Like this would be the male ball and this is the female ball. So like if you click on these, if you're actually able to enter the Sim, which I'm not, you can trigger animations. And if there's two avatars, they will interact in various ways. Sometimes just dancing, other times like sex positions or whatever. You just never really know. Sometimes they'll give you a menu to choose from various options. So it looks like the last thing on the sim is just this little dock over here with a couple of chairs and a table. Yeah, so the first half of this stream was definitely a lot more exciting than the second half, at least for me. But next stream I do, I will be back on track for looking for a really fascinating, otherworldly type experience as opposed to this more conventional terrestrial environment. Also, for anybody who's still watching, let me know if you want me to make these videos more often, because I've been sort of just during the winter when I have shorter hours at work, I've been playing around with the idea of like streaming every day maybe, but I think that might be too much. I'm not sure. I don't want to like waste time streaming if nobody's going to be watching. So if you watch this video all the way through, let me know if you think that's a cool idea or not. Like, would you watch a stream every day? Probably not, but I mean, if you think that sounds like a cool idea, because there's definitely enough content. That's one thing I noticed when I was searching the grid for stress testing sims to check my video card stability. I was trying to decide like where I should go next, and I was like, man, there's so many sims. I was hopping around really quick. There's like enough sims to do probably one a day for years, just years. And then of course by the time a year's up, all the sims have changed because people like sold them, or you know, some new person has come in and built some entirely new thing. So it's pretty much like an infinite source of content. Yeah, so that was House of Lennox, Jungle Rock. I already pasted the link into the comments, but if the chat window, if you want to see like where it is on the map. A little bit off the beaten path, kind of ways away from the mainland. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys the next time. Happy New Year.